Hey, Vinyl Community, Jeff here. It's been a couple days since I did a video. Things have been kind of hectic recently, but hey, let's get on this. I wanted to do a contest today. I'm going to try to do this real quick because right out front is a giant chipper and tree truck. So the other day, Monday, we had, I don't know, I swear it almost was like a tornado. It was like 70-mile-an-hour winds for like 60 seconds. It's the front yard, the trees were bending, things were blowing, you couldn't see, it was freaky. And I'm sitting here looking out the front window thinking, oh, this is fun. And then I got to thinking, oh, crud. What about that tree in the backyard that always scares me because it's really tall and it's dead? And I went back there and I'm like, oh, it's gone. Turns out the wind took down not only that, but the tree that was growing right next to it. They shared the same roots. It had been raining for like the week prior to, and it just toppled, took them both over. Fortunately, it did not come towards the house because the tree definitely would have been tall enough to hit the house, but it did go down across the yard and into the fence that is shared between my neighbor and myself, that was just put up 2 years ago with the last tree that blew down in my backyard 2 years ago, March or April of 2 years ago. We had just started working from home during the whole COVID thing, and the storm blew through, and I watched the tree just... We had to have that removed, had to get a fence replaced, and now the fence got broken again by the same tree. So anyway, they came today, they're clearing all that stuff up, but they're making a lot of noise. I tried to close the windows real quick. Anyway, on with this. This is for Rob over at the Northern Revolutions. It's actually a new channel to me. I saw someone else had done the contest, and so I jumped over and checked out his channel. And he's having a contest now, and I thought, hey, let's get on this. So he is from Canada, shows a lot of various types of stuff, and obviously, you know, he's not in the same, you know, harder rock edge of me, but hey, it's a contest. Let's get some attention for everybody. He's, you know, holding this contest now, and so there'll be a link below. You can check it out. So the contest is to get to know you contest. So he wants us to show, first he wants a shout out, and then he wants us to show like 3 albums that have a story, a significance in life behind them, kind of one of those things that remind you of things with these albums. So first off, a shout out. I wanted to give a shout out to Thomas over at Merciful Metal. He has a thread that I'm getting ready to jump on too, so he's on my mind. He's been doing videos for a yearish, a little over a yearish, about a year, and he wanted to give us a shout out to people who have, you know, lower subscribe count than we do, and he's hovering in the 600, so he's getting up there. Lots of cool stuff, lots of metal, things along that line. So he's right up my alley, and have been watching him for quite a few months. So check him out. There will also be a link below for that. So let's get into this as far as albums that have significance or have stories behind them, as far as what they remind me of along that line. This one, I've told this story a lot. If you've watched my channel for a long time, you know. But I wanted to start at the beginning. And this is basically when I started getting into rock and roll, and that was Kiss Love Gun. So this album always reminds me of the day when I was like 11 years old, and this was the first rock album I ever bought. And then 2 years later, I saw Kiss for the first time in concert, first rock concert I ever went to. Became a huge Kiss fan, still am to this day. I still have vivid memories of bringing this home, putting it on the big stereo that my dad and them had, you know, one of those big stereos with the TV in the middle, and over here you had the turntable, and then over here you had a place for putting your albums. My brother had albums over there, and I still picture these albums to this day. My older brother, 7 years older, and I remember Steely Dan, and I remember Queen with the big robot, and things along that line. And so that was the stereo. I came home, I threw this on. My brother took the album, my other older brother. I have 2 older brothers. One's 5 years older, one's 7. The Steely Dan and the Queen belonged to the 7-year older brother. The 5-year older brother is the one that helped me go out and get this. And then he took this while I was listening to it, took the cover into the dining room, the next room over, and sat down and drew these pictures, because he is a very great artist, drawing type stuff. So yeah, this is where it all started for me. This is where the hard rock came in and took me from my, at that point, disco ways. I listened to all the different Saturday Night Fever and Grease soundtracks and had all the 45s and stuff. And that's when I got into rock and roll. Now, jump ahead 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7-ish years later. Let's say it's mid 1985, and I'm in the military, and I have a girlfriend, and I made a mixtape for her. And this album always reminds me of that because it's the one album that I absolutely adored at that time, and it's full of ooze and love type songs. And when I found this album last year at a store, I was just, it was like, I have to have it because of that memory. So, and this is Archangel. Now, if you're not familiar with them, I can tell you about it. The singer is, what is his name? I don't even pronounce his name. Jeff Kanata. He's gone on to do a lot. Jeff Kanata, Cannata. He's done a lot of other stuff. There's another Archangel album out there that's more recent that I haven't heard, but he's just a melodic, great vocalist. This would be kind of in the AOR type era. I just remember going into the record store back when this came out and they were playing this, and I'm thinking, what is that? It just sounded so sweet. And then I bought it and fell in love with it. Anyway, so then when I made this, when I made the mixtape for my then girlfriend in 1985, one of the songs in here, Used to Think I'd Never Fall in Love Again, not again, Used to Think I'd Never Fall in Love, appeared on that tape. Now, a lot of songs appeared on that tape, but that one stands out big time. It is just a beautiful AOR album that I just in love with. Now, and a bonus album, this is not the third one, this is just also related to that. On that same mixtape, another song that stood out to me all these years that I remember is from the Helix album, Walking the Razor's Edge, and that is the song Make Me Do Anything You Want. It's one of the ballads on here, and you know, it's just, it went perfectly. I know there's some other songs from other albums, and those are the only two that really stand out that I totally remember on that mixtape. And I don't know where that mixtape went because that girlfriend later became my wife, and she's still around, and obviously she didn't keep the mixtape. But anyway, yeah, so that was my then girlfriend, and then what was it, about a year and a half later became my wife, and that was 36 years ago. So, all right. Next up memory is going to be from CDs because I don't think either one of these has ever been on vinyl, and if it has, I don't know how to get it. But so yesterday, the 17th of May, was the 14th anniversary of the passing of my oldest son. He passed away at 17 in 2009. So obviously he's been on my mind a lot the past, well, he's always on my mind, but really for the past couple of days, and really, of course, yesterday. So in thinking about this, I was thinking about memories, and these relate to him. White Hart Highlands. This album came out, and we used to listen to it all the time at home. And I have a video of my son. He was probably less than 5, 3 or 4, I don't know. And he used to sing, you know, you can see the world from here. And he used to sing this. And I have a video clip somewhere of him singing. And likewise, a couple years later, Carmen's Riot, song in here called No Monsters. And I have a video somewhere of him and his brother, which would have been a couple years later because his brother was probably just born around this time. Him and his brother running around in their diapers or whatever on a snowy day in the house, singing, don't want no monsters in my house tonight or whatever. And so when I hear these songs, it reminds me of him singing these songs out loud in his little boy voice. So anyway, I won't go any further with that. You can't go much further with that. So that's it for this. Check out the channel, the link below, Northern Revolutions. If he's new to you, like he was to me, then, you know, go over there, jump on it, check it out. Get involved in this contest if you'd like. And I'm going to be done for now, though. And I will talk to you later. And I will see you later. And rock on and rock on.